Hello, everyone. Welcome back to In the Yard Podcast with your hosts, Collin and Braeden Cox. And the All Star game is right around the corner. All Star first phase of All Star voting has opened up. So Braeden and I are actually going to fill out our who we think is deserving to make the All Star starting team. Based on stats, what we've seen, and everything in between. So stay tuned. Braeden and I are going to fill out just the MLB.com/ballot All Star game voting. So it's going to be the official site for MLB. And yeah, Brandon, I think you're excited to get started here. We've kind of been talking about this for a week or so now. A lot of debate. I know you thought at first kind of like not really a toss up
It's
for a
more
lot of
cut and dry. I
positions.
thought it was kind of
Yeah,
obvious, some of them, but when I
right.
really took a look at it, I was like,
Yeah,
looking at the stats, I was like,
yeah,
wait a minute here. I was like, this guy's got an argument.
yeah.
So
Cool. All right. So yeah, Brandon, I think Brady's gonna share his screen just so you can see like
yeah,
what he's picking, and you'll still be able to hear him talk through like why he chose a certain player. I think he's gonna go by position also. So he's gonna do AL first base, then NL first base, and then AL second base and NL second base, and then keep going from there.
yeah. You have to give me access to share my screen.
Oh shit. All right, 1 second. Security. All right, try now. All
All right, got it.
right,
Cool.
cool.
All right, let me know if you got it and you can see it well. How's it look?
Good. Yeah, we can see good.
All right, cool. So, like Colin said, I think we just go by position. I'll start with the AL. I'll go to the NL, and we'll make our way through the list. And I'm sure there's going to be points where like I pick someone and then I think about it later and then I might change it. But this is our respective list, right? So it's like, you know, it's what we think it is, right? So I guess we're going to start first base in the AL. They give you this little like first second to tell you like where the voting's at.
Mm-hmm.
And
That
I
wasn't there when
think,
I checked last week.
yeah,
That
it
they
wasn't
probably had
there.
to like tally more votes to actually see. But yeah,
Yeah,
keep going.
I was very surprised to see Vlad as one. And we talked about this a little bit before, but it kind of seems almost a little bit like a popularity contest because I definitely don't think that he should be the starting first baseman in the AL.
Mm-hmm.
Um, for me, it's between Moncastle, right? And probably between where is he on here? Uh, Josh Naylor, right?
Yeah.
He's been really solid. I mean, 50 RBIs is no joke. He's been kind of a core piece of that like Guardians team that's played really well. Definitely exceeded our expectations, probably everybody's expectations, unless you're
Mm-hmm.
probably a Guardians fan. Um, for me though, uh, honestly, I mean, Moncastle has a better average. I'll probably go Moncastle here.
Okay.
Uh, I think I'm cool with that. I'm not a huge fan of Naylor personally, and because this is our list, like even though he plays for the Orioles, I'm going to take Moncastle despite Naylor having pretty much better stats besides average there. Um, the NL first base, I think this is pretty much spot on. I think you probably have to go with either Bryce or Freddie.
Yeah.
Bryce's numbers are better besides average, but it's not that far off Freddie, so I go Bryce here. I think that that's fair. I wish that they included in these like where they have the stats games played this year, right? Just so I
Mm-hmm.
can kind of see because some of these guys have great stats, but it's deceiving because it's like
Yeah.
they've only played for the past 40 games
Yeah.
versus
You
70
kind
or
of
whatever,
tell
maybe.
you kind of tell by like looking at their RBIs too. That's what I
This
do.
is
Like
true.
if they're like, they're
This is true.
batting like 1,000 OPS but have like three RBIs, I mean probably means they didn't get as many at bats kind of thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
Cool. So I got Bryce and Moncastle there. I think that that's perfectly fair. Second base in the AL. My mind goes right to Altuve right off the bat. And there's no one really here that's jumping off of the page as, yeah, I mean, Simeon would probably be the next guy, but I'm going to go Altuve here as much as it pains me. NL, second baseman, Luis Rise. I mean, yeah. Wait, only one home run? Is that right?
he's a contact hitter, strictly contact. That's why he gets knocked on baseball savant and all those pages because like he has no power. It's just singles and doubles, really.
and he's fun to watch, and I get why he's leading the vote, but I'm not gonna pick him.
Fair.
Probably Marte, right? Who would be your next? I don't know who my next guy would be. I mean, this guy, he's having a pretty good
Yeah,
season.
Brett String's having a good year. Everyone on the Brewers is having a good year. Like, do you look at their numbers? Like, they're all just having like
Yeah,
solid seasons at every
yeah. I
position.
mean, this from what I'm looking at here, Bryce is probably who I would go with if I had to go with if I had to pick two. I get Louise here, but I think I go Ketel Marte here.
Wow, Marte.
Yeah, I mean he's a fun player to watch, and I know the
Mm-hmm.
Diamondbacks have been struggling a little bit, but I think they are second in the NL West right now. I know they're probably 10 games behind the Dodgers, but they're still kind of fighting. Third base. Let's see what we got here in the AL. Yeah, I think Ramirez has to be the guy because he's kind of that piece in Cleveland. Like
Yeah,
I just said that about Naylor,
yeah,
but he's the guy. 63 RBIs is no joke. He's almost batting, he's batting 270. Like that's yeah. I mean, are there any dudes that are closer? Devers is
Devers. Yeah, Devers is having a really
having
quiet, good season. Like,
yeah, he's
he's
having a
starting to heat
quiet good
up too.
season. And his OPS is better, his average is better, but look at the RBIs, man. He's almost Jose Ramirez almost has
That's
twice as many
true.
RBIs.
That's
So I'm
true.
taking Jose Ramirez here. Plus, he's the anchor there.
That's true.
Um, for Cleveland. And then in the NL, Bohm they've got as one, and then they got Machado as second. The
Wow.
thing with Bohm is like he had a really good start to the season, but I feel like over the past
Yeah.
month, I'd say
Yeah.
he's kind of cooled off. He's kind of went back to like what we expect. I'm still playing very well. I mean, he's got 60 RBIs for crying out loud. He's
Yeah.
batting over
That's actually
300.
nuts. That's nuts.
He's
60
pro-
RBIs.
he, he's probably the guy you have to go with here. I mean, is there anybody? Arenado's, eh. Uh, I mean,
I
yeah, we
think,
did talk about Joey Ortiz. He's having like I don't think he's played as many games. I mean, he's only got 6 home runs. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong there though. Um, I wouldn't be surprised if he got some picks, because I think he was the one that came over in the Corbin Burns trade to Baltimore. Max Muncy probably would have been definitely in that conversation. I'm like 90% sure he got hurt. But
mhm.
regardless, I think you still have to go Alec Bohm. I don't love that pick, but like
Yeah. I just think
it's
I,
probably the right pick
it's
right
probably
now.
it's a weak third base in the NL this year. I want to say, like,
Yeah,
Austin Riley isn't having a great season. Nolan Arenado's not having a good season. Not that they're having a bad season, just like not what we're used to seeing from those types of guys. So it's
yeah,
probably, I think, yeah, I think
yeah.
that's a
No,
solid pick there.
yeah. I think that's all fair. This is probably going to be the hardest. I mean, we've already talked about this on In the
Yeah.
Yard, right? But there's a couple dudes here that you could all argue should start.
Are our guys
Right.
Gunner and Bobby
Obviously,
Witt
we're
one and
talking about
two?
Gunner
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then Anthony
Bobby's
Volpe. But
leading. Wow.
yeah,
It's because the Royals have no fans.
yeah. I mean, personally, his average is better. He's got less home runs. He's got more RBIs, and his OPS is
More
a little bit
runs.
lower.
Bobby Witt's better fielder,
But
like according to Fangraphs,
Bobby
and has
Witt's
more
a better
runs.
fielder, so I go
Yeah.
Bobby here.
Wow.
I'm not mad
Bobby.
if you go. I'm not mad if you go Gunnar Henderson. We've already talked about this, like I said.
Mm-hmm.
Both of these guys, if they could both be on the field for the All Star game, that would be good for the game, and I think that we
Yeah.
would want that. But if you're only going to let me pick one, I'm going to go Bobby Witt because he is a better defensive
Can Gunner play
player.
third base for the NL? That'd be better,
Yeah, yeah.
in my opinion.
Um, and Volpe, you can make an argument
Volpe's
for
got. I think
Volpe as
Volpe's
well.
gonna make it in. I think he's gonna make it
I
in.
think he is too. He's just not going to
He's
be a
not gonna
starter.
start. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially
So
from
yeah,
being from New York, there's no shot he doesn't make it
yeah.
in.
I'm cool with that Bobby Witt Jr. pick, but I'm not mad if you go Gunnar Henderson there. And then in the NL, I think Trey Turner. How many games did he miss? Did he miss a ton of games?
I think
And he's still
I think
second.
he missed like a month. I think.
Yeah, and he's still second. Like, come on.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
I
from
don't know.
Philly.
Like, I guess. Yeah. I mean, it's
I hate the National League infield. I really do. Besides like first base, like that's a good run there, but like
yeah.
the
And
second, third,
honestly,
and short positions are like eh.
For me, it has to be Mookie Betts. I mean,
I don't even think of Mookie as a true shortstop though. Like
no, but he's like
he has the best
he's
numbers out of all of them. Yeah, but like
for
he's an
sure.
outfielder. Like deep down, everyone
Yeah,
knows he's an outfielder.
yeah, for sure. I mean, his bat hasn't slowed down and he changed position. I mean, that deserves something right there. Okay, I'm cool with that for now. And then catcher in the AL. Let me see here. Salvador Perez. I mean, yeah, those are some good numbers. He seems to just get better and better. Adley. Yeah, I understand why Adley's first. But yeah,
Connor
I mean,
Wong's having
numbers
a
are
sneaky
better.
good season.
I was just gonna say Connor Wong is one that stands out. Um, I probably don't pick him. Yeah, I mean, 332 is really good, and his
And I don't
OPS
think
is
he's
up
missed
there
a lot
with,
of time. Yeah,
yeah.
I mean maybe just doesn't have
If
as
we're
many
just going strictly
RBIs.
by numbers, you probably go Adley here. But I'm not mad. These are probably the three guys I would say that jump off.
Yeah,
It would
yeah.
be Adley, it would be Perez, and it would be Connor Wong. Because no one else, Diaz, no. Yeah, I would
I
say
feel like
I'm
Jonah
gonna
Heim
go.
had high expectations, but just has been really playing well.
Yeah, yeah, and that's a whole other conversation with the Texas Rangers and their struggles
Yeah.
this year. But here I'm gonna go Adley, and then in the NL, um, I mean, you probably go William. Let's see, JT Romuto. I mean, I guess that makes sense. He's Philly, but Will Smith. It's probably Will
Yeah.
Smith or William here.
JT's out now, so he's not going to be able to make it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, it's William. He was like an MVP candidate for like the first month of the season. So you go William there. Outfield, I mean, it's pretty easy in for me. Yeah, you go Judge one. You go where is he? You go Soto two, and then just looking at this real quick. My mind goes to Kyle Tucker, but
Mm-hmm.
I just want to make sure that there isn't anybody who's sneaky, having a sneaky good season as well. Yeah, where's Kyle Tucker? Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, you go Kyle Tucker there. I think that that's completely fair too. I mean, I know that it is a popularity contest, and that's kind of the cliche ones, but I think Judge and Soto are no doubt, no
Yeah.
doubt you have to put them, regardless
Right.
of who you're a fan for. You have to put those two guys in, and then that last guy is Kyle Tucker, but you might be able to convince me or make an argument for someone else. So I think that that's fair there. And then in the NL, the Yankee killer, where is he at? Teoscar, yeah,
He's been
four.
balling. Well,
What?
because you got I'm probably Acuna maybe was leading votes. I don't know if it opened up before he went down. And then
March 5th.
Jurickson
First.
Pro 4.
See, that doesn't tell me it's a popularity contest, though. I mean, he's got great numbers, but first, and then Tatis and Yelich. Christian's missed some time though. That's the thing. Like his numbers are good, and he's probably a safe pick. He's a good pick for sure to make the All Star game, but he's missed time. So if you play that in, yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Teoscar for sure.
The NL outfielders for me was definitely the toughest. Like I just like there's like no one that really like pops into my head, kind of thing.
Yeah, and
So
it's like, do you go Tatis? Where's his numbers? Third. They got him as third. So
how's Bellinger? How are Bellinger and Reynolds doing?
Bellinger, like not
Solid.
not anything to write home about. Chris Bryan, no. Wow, he's having a bad season, Chris Bryan.
He
Holy
plays
cow.
outfield now? That's wild.
Yeah. And
Corbin
then
Carroll is not having half the
Corbin
season he
Carroll
had
would have
last
been,
year.
yeah, we probably would have said, before the season started that this guy would be a lock, but he's not having the
Mm-hmm.
season. Castellanos, I'm not putting in there. Jazz, you can make an argument. He's fun to watch. Uh, I guess you go. I think you have to go this guy. I mean, he's got the stats to back it up for sure. Prefer, and then Yelich. It's either Christian or probably Tatis. I mean, Tatis is second. Who else is noteworthy here? Who am I forgetting? This guy's having. This guy's got insane numbers. Ramos. He had to have missed time. There's no way.
He has 32 ribbies though.
Yeah, I'd probably go him. I mean, like, I think that's fair. He's got the best stats, or these two have very comparable stats.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think Teoscar. Yeah, Teoscar. Yeah, I think that's fair. Prefer Ramos and Hernandez, and then you got Judge Soto, Kyle Tucker. I would say if you had to pick one or two outfields as like better, it's clearly the AL, right? Like you kind of said this already, but for me, there's no one truly like name wise that stands out in the NL, outfielder wise. I mean, they've got good stats, these guys, but yeah, I'm cool with that, I would say. And then DH, they've got Alvarez leading. He's got good stats. They got Stanton second, of course. That's all they show. Kevin Pillar's having a decent season. Oh wait, hold up. Honestly, I think it's
Wow.
David Fry.
There you go.
He's got a good OPS. He's got 30 RBIs, 8 homers. He's batting over 300. He's the only guy. Well, Josh Jung is batting over, but he had to miss. Yeah, he totally missed time. Yeah, I mean, Kevin Pillar is batting over 300 too. Yeah, really, I think it's David Fry or Jordan Alvarez.
Mm-hmm.
They go David Fry. And then in the NL, it's one of these two guys.
Damn, that's
And this is what
their numbers are so similar. It's actually kind of
this,
crazy.
this is what I was talking about, where I was like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, you got to pick between one of these two guys. But if we're just looking at stats, like Otani is the international superstar, but Marcel's having a better season.
Wow.
I'm,
One with
I'll
Ozuna. All
take,
right.
I'll,
Let me screenshot
I'll,
this real quick.
yeah, for sure. So in the AL, oh wait, hold up, I gotta scroll up to the top. Let me do
Here,
this.
scroll down a little. You can zoom back in.
How's that look?
Yeah, it's good. Can I
So in
screenshot?
the
Oh yeah,
AL,
here we go.
Moncastle, Altuve, Ramirez, Bobby Witt, Adley, Judge Soto, Kyle Tucker, and David Fry. David Fry is not, he's definitely not the flashiest pick. But he's batting almost 320. I'll take that any day of the week. And then you got Harper, Ketel Marte, Bohm. I'm not crazy about the Alec Bohm pick. Mookie Betts, you got to go with there. William at catcher, Teoscar for Ramos and Ozuna. Yeah, I mean, I think that's solid. I don't know. What do you think? Am I missing
I think
anybody? Is there
no,
is
I think I
anything jumping
mean,
off?
yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, Braden, once that second round comes around, I think it's gonna be more of a popularity contest than anything. But I
Yeah,
feel like you're making while you're making, there's no right or wrong answers to a lot of them. So yeah, I think it's solid. I think it's
yeah.
unique. I like the David Fry pick. I feel like it's kind of like a sleeper Cinderella.
I think that's a sleeper, and I think he's got the numbers
Yeah,
to back it up.
yeah. There you go.
And he's playing for a team that's playing great baseball, right? He's definitely a huge piece of that Cleveland team. You ask most ball players and they hear David Fry, and they're like, it's not like
Yeah,
it's not someone that jumps out. It's not Giancarlo Stanton or Alvarez or someone who's had all these crazy moments. But I'll go with David Fry there. I'm happy with those
yeah.
picks.
One interesting thing about yours, Brain, is there's only one person who won't be playing with a teammate according to your starting lineup, and that's Bobby Witt Jr. Every other team has at least two
Yeah,
people. So on
yeah,
the AL
that
side
that
of things, I mean,
that's a good.
um,
That's a that's something.
the yeah,
The
and then
NL is a
your
little
your NL is
different.
a little more dispersed, so that's good
Yeah,
too.
Phillies, Dodgers got teammates. But
Right.
other than that, no, that's interesting. And probably the most surprising piece of that is The fact that you've got two Cleveland Guardians, like I would have not expected that at the start of the season. That we would be saying, at least I would be saying that there's two Cleveland Guardians in my AL starters for the All Star
Right.
game right now, but they've got the stats to back it up, so I'm cool with that.
There you go. No
Cool.
Reds,
Did you
no
get your
Cincinnati Reds on your All Star team right now.
Ellie De La Cruz is
Might
would be the
change.
guy I would go with, but am I picking him over? I mean, yeah, I mean, like he's good. He's just behind Mookie
He's not Mookie.
stats
Yeah.
wise. He's
Right.
not Mookie, so it's like my heart says Ellie De La Cruz, but my mind says it's Mookie Betts. So I'm cool with that.
Fair.
All right, you got your screenshot.
Yes, sir.
Cool.
All right. So now I'm gonna go over mine all-star picks. I kind of looked up a lot of stats for it last week. Haven't really been caught up since then. So a little bit winging it here, but um let me share my screen. Desktop share. And
Cool.
then let me big screen this. Actually, let
Christian Walker and
me
Andrew Vaughn for first base. Oh, I'm messing.
where oh dude. Nope. How do I hide that stupid thing at the top? You know, it doesn't matter. Let me pull that out. And then there we go. All right.
Cool.
So yeah, here's mine. Braeden, first base, American League. You went with Ryan Mountcastle. First place is Vladdy. I'm gonna go a little bit sleeper pick here, Braeden. I
Okay.
think I'm gonna have to go with Josh Naylor. I know his average
Okay.
isn't up there, but he has 50 RBIs. Like that
Yeah.
leads first
Well, that's what I
baseman by a
said.
lot, like a
That's what I
lot.
said. Is
So,
I think he's
um,
probably my second pick. If I had to
right,
pick
that's
two,
fair.
he would be the guy I go with two,
Yeah,
which is crazy because there could be potentially three
yeah.
Guardians starting in the All Star game.
I do think Vladdy's gonna end up being the starting first baseman, deservedly so. But that 50 RBIs for Josh Naylor, and like you said, like no one really expected the Guardians to even be good,
Yeah.
you know. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the Josh Naylor at first base there, and then National League, it's like you said, toss it between Freddie and Bryce. You could throw Joey Gallo in there if you really wanted to. No, I'm just kidding. But you went with Bryce. I would also probably go with Bryce, more power.
Yeah.
Um, no,
He's got the stats to back
just
it
just
up.
a little bit more RBIs. Freddie has a higher average, but yeah, I think we
Not
have to
by
go with
much.
Bryce. Yeah, I think we go with Bryce too. I know Freddie's gonna come off the bench, so yeah, those are my first baseman, American League, National League, second
I like
base.
it.
We went over this the first time. When you were going through, it's kind of really Altuve or nothing to me. Like, you could throw in Willie Castro, I guess. Um, but his all his numbers are tick below Altuve's. So as much as I hate to do it, Altuve is gonna be the starting second baseman in
Yeah.
the
If you
AL.
just absolutely hate Jose Altuve, then
Yeah,
probably Willie Castro is the guy I look at
right,
next.
right. Yeah, Braeden. And then for the National League, you went with Ketel Marte. That probably I wasn't expecting you to pick him. I was gonna go with him, but since you went with Ketel, I'm probably gonna go. I'll go with Luis Ariz here. Um,
The one
just
home run just
because I know, but like his average is good, and then
right.
I don't know. Ketel Marte is such a
He
good
has
hitter
so many
too.
hits.
Wait, actually, let me. I know you went with Ketel,
There's nothing wrong with if we both pick
and
him.
then Bryce Stott. Yeah, I think I got to roll with Ketel. I think I just like the power a little bit better. As good as Luis Rise is, I'm going with Luis Rise. I think it's literally you could flip a coin for those two.
Yeah, they're
Ketel
both
has a little more
solid
power. How many RBIs does Ketel or Marte have? 42 RBIs, but Luis Rise is a leadoff hitter, so he gets on
Yeah,
base and scores a lot of runs.
for
So he
sure.
has not really as many RBI. I'll go with Luis
And his
Rise.
his
I
average
like
is
I like Ketel Marte better, but I'll go with Luis Rise here.
cool.
Were you gonna say something?
No, no, you're good. I think that's, I don't think there's anything wrong with that pick. He doesn't have
Yeah,
a ton of pop, but
right.
he's got so many hits and
Yeah,
he just
that's all he does is just
he's
get hits.
always,
Yeah,
yeah, very rarely do you
and
see this
and
guy.
he started off super slowly the first month too. Like literally
Yeah,
until he
well,
got
and he
traded to
was
the
on the
Padres.
Marlins
Until he got traded, he was having a bad season, then he goes to the
Yeah,
Padres and turns it around. So I'm going to go with Rise here. I feel like
that's
it's a
good.
solid pick.
I like that pick.
Um, third base, Brain. I think
I did go
you
with
went with Jose, right?
Yeah.
See, if Royce Lewis wasn't out for the first 2 months or so, I would
Yeah.
roll with him. He just has not played enough games. I mean, you can see his numbers here. He's been playing for
Yeah.
like a few weeks now. He's still holding 1.252 OPS. He's a
Yeah.
great player. I'm hoping he gets some All-Star votes because he's so good, but he's just been out. He's been out for the past 3 years, all the injuries and stuff. Um, but Brand, I think you're gonna be a little surprised here. I think I'm
Ooh,
gonna go with
Devers.
Ralphie.
Yeah, I mean, I
Um,
can't really fault you for that. I think
he
that's
has
he's a he's got comparable stats to
yeah,
Jose Ramirez.
exactly. He has almost as many home runs, not as many RBIs.
His OPS.
Um, yeah, Jose Ramirez's RBIs really put him over the edge for a lot of things. But there's a lot of other factors that go into RBIs. There's your teammates actually getting on base, where you hit in the order.
True.
I think Ralphie does bat 3 and 4 for the Red Sox, but I think the way the Guardians play ball puts Jose Ramirez in a lot of RBI situations compared to the Red
True.
Sox.
That's true.
Um, and credit to Jose Ramirez for coming through when he does have RBI opportunities, right? But I'm gonna roll with Devers. Also since you rode with Ramirez, I think Devers has a little bit better of a glove from watching Yankees games. Um, and then also another kind of bias thing here. I just feel like Devers kills the Yankees every time he plays them.
Yeah,
So
he does.
so I'm gonna
He
roll with
does.
Devers.
Any chance IKF gets an all star spot this year?
Maybe for
Maybe not
maybe
starting.
for a two-way player.
Okay.
Oh wait, are you let me see his numbers.
He's okay.
I just don't think he has a popularity for it.
No, yeah. I'm messing, but
Yeah,
it would be pretty funny.
yeah. All right. And then NL third base, like you said, it's kind of Alec Bohm,
It's
Manny.
it's just not like
Okay.
there's nothing really there.
Yeah. I wish you could put like Ketel Marte at third and
Yeah,
then
I get what you're
like
saying.
like a Arias at short or something like that kind of
Yeah,
thing. Or second, I
I hear
mean.
you.
Second, I mean. But yeah, I think right now you have to go with Bohm,
He's got the
right? I
best
think he
stats.
he has the best. I think he's leading all categories. It looks like, yeah, he's leading all categories. You gotta go with him. I know he's been kind of slow to start the past few weeks, um, but yeah, I think there's just no one else to go with there. So yeah,
He's
I'm going
still
with
batting
Bohm.
over 300. It's
Yeah.
like,
So is he? So he's obviously not having that bad of a out of a stretch there. So yeah, I'm going with Bohm.
yeah, he's not the
Um,
most flashy or exciting pick. Is
right,
the thing.
right. American League, you went with Bobby Witt Jr. I said Bobby Witt Jr. last week or whenever we recorded and we debated that.
Mhm.
I think this one's probably one of the tougher ones. I love Gunner's power. I feel like Gunner. I know that the Fangraph stats have like Bobby Witt Jr. being slightly better at fielding, but whenever I watch Gunner, I feel like he's just as good, if not better, than Bobby. I think he has a little bit
Okay.
stronger of an arm to make up for reasons a lack of. I guess Bobby Witt Jr. is probably a little quicker, but Gunner has the better arm, I would say.
Okay.
Just from
That's
watching, I
fair.
don't really have stats to back that up, but I like Bobby's 22 homers compared to, or no, I like Gunner's 22 homers compared to Bobby's 11.
That's fair for an all-star game.
So,
Yeah,
so
that's
I
fair.
and you went with Bobby Witt Jr. I'll roll with Gunner just
Okay.
because
That's
I
fair.
think it's it's
I
it's
can't.
it's a coin flip between those two.
It's
Ask me next week, I'll
legit a
probably
coin
change
flip.
my mind. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, another thing, like, since you went with Bobby, I don't want our things to be too similar, so I'll go with Gunner there.
That's fair.
Um, and then National League, like you said, there's Mookie and there's also Ellie, who is not having that much worse of a season than Mookie. If I wanted to throw a wild card in here, I would vote with Ellie.
So would I. But
So
it's like,
I'll roll with Ellie for the fun of it.
okay.
I mean, I already have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're having fun here. I like it.
Yeah. I mean, I'll throw in Ellie. I don't want to. It's definitely going to be Mookie, but like I said, when I think of Mookie, I don't think of a shortstop. I think of him as an outfielder. I know
That's
he's been
fair.
playing shortstop all year, but I
I
would
can
think
respect that
I think it'd be good for the game if Ellie somehow.
for sure.
I think Ellie
Got
will
it.
make the All Star game.
He just won't start. I don't think.
Yeah, he won't start.
I don't think he's
He
gonna
won't start over
catch
Mookie,
Mookie.
but yeah,
Yeah,
no way. But like Mookie's just so good, so I can't go away from that. I gotta stick with Mookie there. But
fair enough.
I hope Ellie De La Cruz makes it into the game, into the All Star game. And then coming up on the end here,
Catcher.
catcher. It's between Adley and Salvi. You went with Adley, and
Yeah.
then I went with Gunner. So I'll go with Salvi because
Okay.
two different teams there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's kind of a coin flip for the shortstops and catcher positions, between the Royals and the Orioles players. But yeah, I'm gonna roll with the Royals. Salvi
Both these
Perez
guys
there,
are making the All Star games.
catcher.
It's just a matter
Yeah,
of you know
yeah.
who you want to
And
see
who knows?
start.
Maybe one of them goes down, and then
It's true.
the other just doesn't want to play for some reason. Could be something
Very
like that
true.
too. Um,
I
and
know.
then
Catcher.
NL catcher could have been Remuto, but he went down. And I think Willie Contreras is having a career year so far. So I'm gonna roll with him. I think he leads all catchers in RBI.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna roll with Willie there. And I
Cool.
don't think there's I just don't think there's many other arguments you roll with besides Willie, since JT Remuto's down. So
Yeah,
I'm
I mean
gonna
Will
roll with
Smith.
Willie.
I mentioned Will Smith might be, for the Dodgers would be an interesting pick there.
Right.
But I think Willie has the better stats.
Yeah.
Both probably make the All Star game, especially with Muto going down. But Willie's been the guy this year, so I think that
Yeah.
it's a clear cut pick there.
Yeah. Between Will and Will. So
Yeah.
hopefully Contreras is one that pulls it out, which I think he will. Then outfield, Braden. I've been trying to kind of like have different teams,
Diversify the teams
yeah,
you got
diverse
here.
teams. But for this one, I like you said before, I don't think you could really argue Judge or Soto should definitely be in there. I don't think it's really biased either. They're the only players with above a 1,000 OPS as of right now. Judge went down last night with the hand thing, and then
Day to
X-rays
day.
came back negative. He's off today apparently, so hopefully he recovers by the All Star game. So I'm going with those two, and then I got one more pick for outfield. I know you went with Kyle Tucker. I do
You
love
got nine.
Julio. Like Julio had a terrible start, but he's kind of been playing better since.
Yeah, that's true.
I like Julio a lot. He had a great year last year, but I think Kyle Tucker is the only reasonable third, like third. Or you go with Stephen Kwan. Stephen Kwan hasn't
Yeah,
had as many at bats, but he's having a heck of a year, like since he's been healthy.
yeah. Kwan's
But
batting
I don't know.
400.
If Stephen Kwan could keep this up for another 2 weeks, maybe I'll change my mind
Yeah.
before the ballot ends. But right now, I got to go with Kyle Tucker just because he's been playing a little more consistently. Um, but then again, I kind of want to keep it diversified, so I'll roll with Stephen Kwan actually, just for the diversity of teams, kind of. So I'll roll with Stephen Kwan as the third outfielder. I think he can keep it up. And then if he does, he would get my vote for that third outfield spot. I think it'd be cool.
It's fair.
And then National League, I like Cody, I like Corbin, but they're just not having the same year as like Jurickson Profar or Fernando Tatis. So I think they have to roll Jurickson. I think he
Yeah.
he definitely is like
He just has the
probably the
stats to back
one.
it up. It's kind of
Yeah,
undeniable at this
yeah,
point.
47 already. He's almost at 50 already. Um, and then this is a little bit of a wild card, but I think I'm gonna roll with Brian Reynolds. I
Okay.
like
I
I
mean,
like
I
his
would love
game.
that. I would
I
love
like
that.
his game. He has 10 homers, 40 RBI. It's only seven less than Jerks and Profar.
Yeah.
OPS isn't great, but it's still solid. I think he deserves like at least that third. I think he's gonna make the All Star game.
Yeah.
I think he'll be a starter. I'm not sure. He might maybe sneak in there. If I had to
I would
say
love if
right
he
now, I
started. I
would
think
say
that'd be
no.
great for that team. I think that'd be
Yeah,
great for the Pirates
yeah.
organization if they got an all-star in
So
there starting.
yeah. So I'll roll with Brian Reynolds there. And then my last pick for the third outfielder could go with Tatis, could go with Yelich. Um,
Yeah, Oscar Hernandez is still
I
out there.
think Teoscar Hernandez, he's been heating up. Oh, this is tough. It's tough. You even go, Jake McCarthy's having a solid season too. Teoscar. I mean, Teoscar has. I don't. I feel like Teoscar hasn't really heated up since last week until last week.
It's
So
true.
he has to be a little bit more consistent. I know he had that huge grand slam last night.
Yeah.
Um, this is a tough one for me. This is tough. Like I said, there's probably not really a wrong. Sal Frelick was having a heck of a season to start the year.
Yeah.
I think he's a rookie, so he has a bright future. But I think for me, it's still between Tatis and Yelich. I'm gonna roll.
Yelich is a solid pick. He's just been hurt,
Yeah,
right? He just came
yeah, but
back.
he still has almost as many RBIs as Tatis. I think Tatis is
Yeah,
like
he's still like he's an all-star for sure.
yeah. Right
So
now,
you
I'm
can't.
gonna roll. Go ahead. Sorry,
No, you're good. Keep
I
going.
was gonna say right now I'm gonna roll with Tatis.
Yeah.
Um, just because I think where to go. Okay, yeah, the roll with Tatis just because like that's I feel like it's like safer. Like kind of Brian Reynolds my wild card, and
Yeah,
then Tatis has more like been playing a little bit more than Yelich, so I'm gonna roll with Tatis there, and
that's
then
fair.
DHing. I'll start with the AL side. Like Stanton's not having a great season. I don't think he's really deserving of second place even.
It's a lot of power.
A
About
lot
it.
of power. I guess Jordan Alvarez is the safe pick. You went with
That's why I
David
went
Fry, which
Fry.
is solid. This one's tough, but I think
Kevin
there has
Pillar is
been
another.
yeah,
Kevin Pillar
Kevin
is another
Pillar is
interesting
solid.
pick.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with Braden here. Actually, you're gonna be surprised. I'm going with Brent Rooker.
It's interesting because when I was looking at
He's
this,
having a
I was like,
solid
wait a
year, like
minute.
quiet solid year.
Yeah,
I mean, I think he has one of the
he
higher
probably doesn't get
OPSs,
in,
and he has
but
42
I like the pick.
RBIs.
Yeah, I like the
He
pick.
has
He
the
just
most
probably doesn't get
RBIs
in.
out of the DHs. So yeah, I'm gonna roll with Brent Rooker for that RBI stat there because he leads all those DHs and RBIs. So that's kind of their job is to drive and runs.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna roll with Brett Rooker from the A's there. And then like you said, Shohei or Ozuna. You went with
Interesting where you go
Ozuna.
here. Look at the numbers, man.
I know, but Shohei Ohtani, if you want to grow the game,
You're
if you want to
right.
grow the
You're right.
game, you gotta have
100%.
Ohtani in there. I mean,
For sure. They're both making the dance. They're both
yeah,
making the All-Star game.
yeah.
But I'm
I
like,
don't know,
dude, I was
man.
like, their
This is
stats are
tough.
identical. Besides, Ozuna's got a little bit more RBIs and his OPS is
Yeah,
just
I'm go-
close.
yeah. I'm gonna go with Shohei since you went with Ozuna. But
That's
if I
fair.
had to
I
choose,
I
I would probably say Ozuna.
I can't
So
fault you at all there. These
yeah,
are fantastic picks
yeah.
across the board.
So
Um,
do you know how
the
I
thing
zoom
that
out of here, Brain? We're running under a minute here.
no, I mean you're good. Can you take a screenshot on your end?
I'm just like I don't know how to zoom out of the window. It's
Oh,
fine. I'll refill one out and take another screenshot. So what were we gonna
yeah,
say
you're
though?
good. No, I was gonna say I really like the Oakland Athletics and the Pittsburgh Pirates getting a little love on your
Yeah,
list. I think your list is really good. Basically, all the ones that I was kind of in between about, you
yeah,
took the other guy.
right.
So yeah, I
So
think they're great picks all
yeah,
around.
try to keep it diversified though. All right. Thank you for listening. We're out of time here. Like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what we got wrong, what we got right, and we'll see you
Yeah.
next time on In the Yard.
So
Thanks,
yeah.
everyone.